Oh hey, so today I felt like filming, but I'm really tired from a very exhausting week, so instead of doing a full tutorial, which takes a lot of effort and a lot of time in editing, I've got to get ready to head into Byron to do a bit of self-promo, having a boss lady day. Just spent the morning editing another video and getting that all sorted, so that's coming for you soon. You should have already seen that video by the time this one's up, but if you haven't, I will link it down below and you guys can check it out. So yeah, headed into Byron today to do a few things, one of which is to hand out my new promo materials. I've got these amazing business cards from the super creative and talented Lucy over at Mullo Studio. I've known Lucy for a really long time and she's just such a gem, and we've both ended up living up here, so we've reconnected and she's helped me out with my fantastic gorgeous little business cards. I just love these so much. They bring me so much joy. They're like a gorgeous little object, and I'm actually really excited to get them out there and get things moving up here. I just realised I've got no rings on. I took them off for a bath last night, so I have to remember to go put those on. I feel naked without them now. Heavens. Heavens to Betsy. So yeah, I'm just going to get ready, get my face all, you know, jazzed up. I'm not really going to talk you through the products. I might just chat a bit about what I've been doing and what I'm up to in the next little while. I may mention some of the products if I think that they're particularly of note. So yeah, I'm just gonna sort out this here face. I've already done my hair. I did a face mask this morning. I did the Herbivore pineapple enzyme brightening one, and I've just used a Stridex exfoliating pad. If you haven't got into the world of chemical exfoliants, talking your BHAs and your AHAs, your glycolics, all that kind of stuff, Stridex is a really good brand that's sort of like an entry point. It's super affordable. I think it's about $12 for a jar of the pre-moistened pads, and I got those from iHerb. So I've just done that because my skin has been a bit textural. It needed a bit of brightening up. It was feeling a bit dull and congested. So yeah, I'm just gonna get myself ready, you know. A few things about me. I'm also, in addition to being a trained hair and makeup artist, I am a high school teacher, and it's something that is a bit of a struggle at the moment. I haven't been enjoying it so much. I've been finding it really like super mentally and physically draining. Any teachers out there will 100% get me. Yeah, it's been really hard. I recently moved. I moved from Sydney to like the Byron Shire, and while that move has been really fantastic for a lot of things, I left behind a job in Sydney which I really loved, and also left behind a lot of makeup contacts. So trying to get things happening up here in a super saturated market. I thought it was saturated in, my butt just buzzed. I thought there was a lot of makeup artists in Sydney, but turns out they're all in Byron, every single one of them. And it's very cliquey. Like a lot of people like know each other, and you've got to be often a certain type of person, and I've found that really sort of frustrating, because I often don't fit into that sort of like beachy look, vibe, whatever, even though I grew up across the road from the beach and I lived at the beach on and off for a very long time. But anyway, rant over. It's a beautiful place to live, and I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying it has been a bit of a challenge. So yeah, I'm really excited to have some really sexy business cards, and today I'm gonna head in and yeah, go and promo myself. It's a bit scary. I don't know, any other sort of people out there who run their own businesses and things like that, it can be really, really intimidating to put yourself out there. But it's just one of those things that you've got to kind of do, and yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I've had a really chilled morning, had a walk up the headland. I live about 100 meters from the beach, so I mean, don't hate me. I'd hate me too, don't worry. So I just walked down and went up Lennox Point headland. That was a really beautiful way to start the day, and had a smoothie and did some editing and sent some emails and things like that. So yeah, I'm just going to get myself ready, stop in at a couple of hair salons in Lennox, and see if they'll take some of my cards and maybe recommend me to clients. One of the salons my friend works at, it's Brady's salon. It's a new salon in Lennox. I went there a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago now, and got my hair done, got my roots done and a bit of a treatment. I really love their vibe, so if you haven't checked them out, definitely do so. So I'm going to stop there and then head into Byron Bay. So I've just prepped my skin basically. This is going to be the laziest makeup ever. This is just the usual It Cosmetics CC cream. I'm not even going to bother looking in a mirror to put it on. Just pretending it's a moisturizer. Yep, there's face on there. We like the face. I just gave my brows a bit of a pluck. Been using castor oil on them for a few months, and I don't know if it's made them any thicker, or if it's making any hairs grow back, or if it's just making them like wilder. I don't know, I can't tell. But some of these hairs are just like, oh, I'm just gonna grow in my own damn direction. I don't give no shits. It was a really beautiful morning, and I was sitting back there at my computer editing before, and just in my robe after a shower, and I got freezing, like froze my dang butt off. And now it's really raining and miserable outside, so that's fun, super fun. So yeah, you guys got any tips for, I don't know, getting a business started at a new place, relocating somewhere else, having the confidence to like get out there and talk about your brand without sounding like a dickhead? It's tricky. Felt really homesick this week, missing Sydney, miss my mates. Gonna head down there in July, I think. So hopefully that pans out. Because yeah, I'd really like to see everybody. Just going for those mid-tone brown vibes, you know. I keep wondering what the next big thing in social media and whatnot's going to be. I read an article or something about that Instagram's dead, and people really aren't vibing it anymore because of the algorithm, and it's really, really hard to grow on there, which I would 100% agree with. So this week's been a very space themed week, I guess you'd say. I started listening to a new podcast, or fairly new I think, called The Habitat, and it's about a experiment that was carried out by NASA in Hawaii, where people were put into like a 33-step across dome for a year to simulate what it would be like to live with 5 other people on Mars. And I just like, I'm so fascinated by it, but at the same time I'm like freaked out because I just think that's insane. Like who would do that? I think you'd have to be a complete and utter like sociopath to want to spend like 365 days with 5 other humans. Anyway, madness. That ain't my vibe. Just gonna add a little more definition maybe. So yeah, the rest of my space week is this week on Wednesday, so that would be the 22nd of May. I don't know when this is. This is in the future. You guys are watching this. But ABC hosted and organised a world record attempt for the most people stargazing. Just totally random. And they had an event at my work. So I thought I'd go and support because one of the teachers at work organised it. Yeah, I really had a super fun night. Yeah, it was quite cold, but we're all just like hanging out on like the basketball court and staring at the moon with a little like telescope. Super random, but really fun. It was really fun. So yeah, I have to check actually whether the record was broken or not. I'm assuming so. There were 300 people at the event I was at, and there were about 100 events of those all over Australia. And obviously some of them were a lot bigger. Mine was just a little small town one. They had them in Alice Springs, Sydney, Canberra, all over. But the weirdest thing, we were sitting there watching a presentation about the sun, and there was this man standing next to us, and he had just this shoebox, and he got something out and said to us, like who I was with, do you want to hold this? And I was like, sure. And he gave it to us and I got to hold it in my lap, and when he said it's a meteorite, a piece of a meteorite from Namibia. And I was like, oh, do you know like where in space it's from? He's like, oh, it's from the creation of the universe. It's 3.7 billion years old. Like he just said it really casually, and I was like, I'm holding something that's 3.7 billion years old from space. It was one of the strangest moments of my life. I didn't know how to get my head around that. It was really weird. And I felt like a total like science nerd, but I loved it. Loved it. It's funny, like I didn't get into science when I was at school. I don't think it was framed in the right way. You know, I had teachers that would just make us write notes, and when we did get to do experiments, it wasn't often. And yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't that into it, but I wish I had been. But now that I'm a fully fledged adult, I'm fascinated by it. Yeah. And wish I'd paid more attention. I don't know, it's that whole thing of like, I'm from maybe like the last generation where they didn't even imagine that that they needed to pitch science and pitch technology sort of subjects in education at girls. You know, and that's something they're more conscious of now in education, but it wasn't something that was even sort of thought of. So it was like, I never thought about going into like a science or a technology career, which is a shame. I'm a technology teacher now, I actually teach textiles and design and graphics and multimedia. So I get to teach fantastic subjects and I do enjoy it. But I'm really conscious of the fact that I've got to encourage girls to go into these careers, because it's really important that we have girls part of these industries, because they're people too, you know. Rant over. Just using the Glossier Stretch Concealer. You know, I love me some Glossier. And the day they start shipping to Australia, I will lose my shit. And I harass them on social media about it. It doesn't work. They just keep saying, we're working on it. We're working on it. But if you're watching this Glossier, which I mean you're not, because like my last video had what, like 70 views or something, if that. But if you're watching this, ship to Australia, and also I'm just putting my hands up that I will, you know, happily be a Glossier rep. Yeah, if you want me, you got me. Because I need a constant supply of boy brow in my life, and I've got none. I've run out. Me and my friend Celeste, who's also a makeup artist, one of our weekly conversations is about how much we love boy brow and how sad we are that we haven't got it. So step up your game. Yeah, this is like luxury, isn't it? This is like a Fenty powder, but like smashed to smithereens in my bag. But it's so expensive that I flat out refuse to get rid of it. So I'm using it till it's done. But every time I do, I get covered in powder because I bought this the other day at Kmart because always on the search for a holy grail brow product. Haven't found it yet. This one's pretty good. It's a bit dark. I mean, it was $3, so. Expectations. I've been using the Ardell Stroker Brow, but it takes a bit more effort, and I don't have it in me today. I'm all about easy. All about that easy life. So, what else can I say about me? I grew up sort of around here. My grandparents lived in Lennox, where I live. So I spent a lot of time here. So it's funny, like, people hear that you're moving to like the Byron area and they just sort of assume you're like one of those people who's just coming here for, you know, transient. So many people that end up in this area don't stay. I mean, which is fine. It's their life, their vibe. Yeah, I grew up around here. So I was born in a really small town, about an hour from where I am now, called Casino. It's not a good place. I mean, it could be. Now, it wasn't in the 80s. But was anything good in the 80s? I don't even know. In case you're wondering, this is the Ben Nye Fashion Rouge palette, which I just think is the daggiest name. But there's some really pretty colours in there, and it's super affordable. I think Ben Nye is one of those brands that professionals only know about and use. It's not cool, you know, it's not on trend. A little bit of contour. If you want to keep that contour and the bronzer looking really nice, it shouldn't come past this end of your eye here. I just realised I forgot to put on mascara. I'm so good at life. I love this mascara so much for a daily thing. I do switch it up, I've been super loving the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, but just for work when you want to look fresh and awake, this Eye of Horus Goddess mascara is great because it's actually good for your lashes. I think this, for amount of product, this RMS Beauty Living Luminizer that I've got is maybe one of the most expensive makeup products I own, but oh, it's just so pretty. So pretty. And it, you know, I think it's really easy to just think that we should all be getting around in organic eco brands, but the reality is that it's not necessarily affordable for a lot of people, but it's getting there. So RMS is one of those brands that's organic, like natural ingredients. Do I want a lip? I don't know if I can be bothered. Maybe I might go for a dark red. This is the Ben Nye lip pencil in Currant. Dark red from MAC. What shade is this? Dare You? Are we digging the colour? I can't tell. Dark and gloomy autumn day. Might just powder a little more because this grease ball face is already shinier than I'd like. I think I just need a little more blush after that. I'm gonna go for a slightly darker one. Ooh, whoa. That's bold. Settle down, Sam. Knock that back a bit with foundation brush. That lipstick's really nice texture. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go and put my rings on because I feel like a naked person. But yeah, I'm gonna head out, do my promo. I'd love it if you go over and find me on Instagram. Samantha Murdoch Makeup is my handle, and that's the same on Facebook as well. And yeah, you might see pictures of these around, and if you live in the Byron Shire, keep an eye out. You might see some of these in some of the businesses. And yeah, I'm available for bookings, so fingers crossed start to get some flowing in. I had a formal booking yesterday, which was really good. I've got a few other things in the works, but yeah, I just want to get some momentum happening. So yeah, this is my girl boss makeup, headed out, feeling confident. I'm gonna go and put on some really tight jeans, my boots, I don't know, nice top, or maybe just this jumper. I like the green and the red. Hope you guys enjoyed this more informal sort of chatty video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I might do more of these because it's actually been really pleasant for me to film, rather than just having to talk about products all the time, because that can feel a little bit repetitive. Hit thumbs up, give me a subscribe, come on, show me the love. Oh. Eyelash gone rogue. All right, I'm out.